Yesterday, something that blew up on our feed was chatting about Nazem Kadri and chatting with you on the phone yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know how much is real or how much is not. And we also asked the question, who's doing who a favor? Nazem's 34, and he's got 4 years left after this one. That's not a window for the Flames to contend.
No.
But also, the Toronto Maple Leafs would love a second-line center. And in the short term, you would make them better. Like, who's doing who a favor if there's a trade? Who's getting the assets? Who has to, retain salary or add to the package? Like, or is it just a good fit and both sides win?
This to me looks like a good fit because they're in different places of their winning cycle. Like the Calgary Flames are reloading. We all know that. That's not exactly a secret. And like some of the future, as you guys know, you're there to document all of it, is really bright. Whether it's Coronado, whether it's Wolf, like they're really good young players on this team, as you guys well know. But they're not going to make the playoffs or win the Stanley Cup. Bless them, they're giving it a good college try, and it's a lot of fun along the way, but I don't think anyone looks like they have the firepower to do this, and that's fine. Like, I don't think a legitimate expectation is for the Calgary Flames to either get to or do any damage in the playoffs. That would, I think, be unreasonable. So you always want to have veterans around so the team's not just full of kids that are directionless. You don't want to hand your entire organization over to a bunch of players that are in their early 20s, but I think when you have someone like Nazem Kadri, that is more of a fit. And plus you throw in the Treliving factor, tried to bring him in once upon a time in that trade where Nazem Kadri refused to waive his no trade to go to Calgary. Right. You look at how the Toronto Maple Leafs want to play. You look at the head coach. You look at what Nazem Kadri can bring to a lineup, specifically, selling the local boy goes home, even though he's from London. And then the other thing that I kind of find interesting in all of this. I mean, you guys are old enough to remember the stories of, what they used to call the Flyers flu. All of a sudden, when you're playing the Philadelphia Flyers, all of a sudden guys would get sick in the 70s and didn't want to play against Schultz and Selesky and Dog and all these guys. The new Philadelphia Flyers are the Florida Panthers. And if you want to get out of that division, you need to go through the Florida Panthers. And did you just see them big dog the Carolina Hurricanes, like take them apart and physically abuse them? Like they do that on the regular to everybody. Like that is a team, tough team. Yeah. And the Maple Leafs know what that is all about, having, tried to go up against them. The Boston Bruins know what that is all about as well. The Tampa Bay Lightning, now that there's been a passing of the torch in Florida. Like everybody knows how tough this Florida Panthers team is. And if you want to get out of that division, the road goes through Sunrise. I look at the Maple Leafs roster, and even though they are playing a different style of hockey this year, Carter Hutton was talking about it this morning on Morning Cup of Hockey, you still need some grumpy, snarly players that are willing to do, at times, just to be blunt, something dumb. Just to do something like I didn't really mind what Kadri did in Toronto because, as Peter DeBoer once said when he was coaching the Kitchener Rangers of the OHL, and he brought in Steve Downey from Peterborough, and I was having a conversation with Pete, and I said, like, you're hosting the Memorial Cup this year. Steve Downey he's talented, but like he's reckless. He'll take penalties and suspensions, and he'll hurt kids and And Pete DeBoer stopped me and he said, "Yeah, I understand all these things, but the one thing that you don't understand, Marek, is." As a head coach, I would rather have to tame a tiger than paint stripes on a kitty cat. Yeah. And I think for a lot of years, the Maple Leafs had tried to paint stripes on a kitty cat. They would like tigers back, that they need to calm down, not pump up, if that makes sense.
And I mean, we looked at the depth yesterday. They could use a center for sure.
Tavares 3C would look good. Like real good.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, the thing about Tavares is he's still good on the wall. He's still good in front of the net.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that backhand goal on Tampa on Saturday. Holy smokes. Still really good there. The problem is, I mean, open ice is not his friend, as we all know. Yeah. You do wonder about the wing, and this is the last year of the contract. Yeah. And they're going to have that cap space and that hole. So maybe this is something that makes more sense for next season. But if there's a way the Maple Leafs can make it work, I mean, the whispers are very much out there. And I don't think it's too difficult to draw a line between Calgary and Toronto on this one with that player. I wonder if, maybe it's this year early, not early, but like trade deadline-ish, that they make a move for Kadri, or maybe an off-season move.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.